Promising Young Woman is a revenge story thriller about Casey Thomas, a 30-year-old woman who lives a double life. By night, she pretends to be intoxicated at bars to expose men who try to take advantage of her. Her motive for revenge stems from a tragic death of her best friend Nina. It's written and directed by Emerald Fennell. Fennell. And she would later go on to win one Oscar for Best Screenplay, beating Judas and the Black Messiah, Minari, Sound of Metal, and Trail of Chicago 7. On the front here it says a game-changing masterpiece. I don't understand what they mean by game-changing, and it's not a masterpiece. Far from it, in my opinion. I guess the ending is quite unique, and the fact that she doesn't kill any of her victims. But besides that, it's not that special in my opinion. The movie starts with three drunk guys in a club, and they're just, you know, talking nonsense, being like how guys is, I guess. And they eventually see Cassie sitting down drunk on a sofa. After a while, one of them walks up to her and starts talking to her. When they sit there and they're like talking with this drunk voice, I start to think it's so rare to see an actor that can, you know, conveniently play a drunk person. It usually comes across as fake or overacting, and it often takes me out of the immersion of the movie. And it's the same in this movie, I'm afraid. The actors don't sell it that they're drunk. So eventually, one of the guys and Cassie go home to his place, I believe. And it turns out, after a while, that she has been faking the whole drunk thing the whole time. Now I'm thinking, cool. She's a psychopathic killer that like lures men into bed so she can kill them. You know, that would be awesome. Well, that wasn't the case. Speaking of men in this movie, the way that, you know, everyday men are depicted is kind of funny because it's so unrealistic behavior today. It feels like the director was pushing some kind of agenda more than having like realistic characters. I mean, that type of behavior in men, they were more common like 60, 70 years ago now. So I just found myself, you know, rolling my eyes from time to time like, oh, okay. There's one scene in particular that I'm thinking of. You see her sleeping in the car, or you don't know if she's sleeping or if she's maybe passed out or something. And this guy, you hear like a guy honking his horn from the back. She's not moving. And he's like driving up next to her. And like he starts swearing at her, calling her names and so on, which is, well, I guess that could potentially happen. Eventually she like wakes up, don't say anything. She's like, wake up, get out of her car, and you see she has like a tire iron. She goes around the car, and well, you can probably figure out what happens next. This guy, he just sits there and like, oh, he's all scared and stuff. And I mean, this girl, Cassie, she's not that big. Okay, even though she has a tire iron. And I was like, maybe it's just me or bad acting, or maybe both. But I found the movie was kind of laughable at times, and I don't think that was what the director was aiming for with those kinds of scenes. The visual tones are very bright and colorful, which is well, kind of a stark contrast to the movie's more dark theme, and I found that clashing. I think that a darker tone would have sold the seriousness more, because it's hard to read what she's feeling sometimes. She eventually meets a guy that's just like any other of the guys that she has met earlier, and all of a sudden she has feelings for him, but you don't know if she's having those feelings or if she's just acting, you know, or if she, well, I was hoping for that she would kill him. Everything just became so confusing because he's just a regular bland guy. Is this the best guy that you can find? There's a really cool version of Britney Spears' Toxic, and it was used so perfectly in a great moment. I was like, oh shit, this is a cool version. You know, I like Britney. She's cool. After 1 hour, I was thinking to myself, Carey Mulligan is kind of good actually. She's not bad and she's not fantastic. I kind of like her. She's a likable person. I did miss some range, more emotions when she was doing the more emotional scenes to really sell it, because it was sometimes it was hard to see what she wanted out of the scenes, what kind of emotions she was feeling. Like with the guy, for example, was she in love with him? Was she interested, or did she, you know, I didn't get a grip of her. I also realized that I'm overanalyzing too much, and I just need to start relaxing and enjoy the movie. Cameo. There's a couple of great cameos. The first one that comes to mind is the mighty Dr. Otto Octavius.
He contacted old friends, past sexual partners.
He has a short appearance where he plays a lawyer, and whoa.
I'll never forgive myself for any of this.
He's really, really good. As always, he's always so cool, you know. Trudy Campbell from Mad Men plays one of Cassie's old friends.
Such a long time ago now.
Friends.
I don't know why you're mad at me. Okay, I'm not the only one who didn't believe it.
And I mean, she kills it. I think she was fantastic in Mad Men, and she's just as good in this movie. A crazy idea. She would have played Cassie. That would have been Stifler's mom plays Cassie's mom, and she's really great. She's not Stifler's mom, but more Woody Harrelson's mom than Stifler's mom, if that makes sense. And last but not least, Sergeant Sim from Starship Troopers. He plays Cassie's father. Always cool, and he does a great job here as well. He has one emotional scene in particular with Cassie that's really strong, and I found myself like at the end, Harley Quinn shows up. We get that game-changing part that is probably the most memorable part of the movie. The acting is great, the tension is at its peak, and time stands still for a while. Finally, the movie gets a very satisfying ending to a great story. The first hour felt like more of an overhyped girl boss fantasy dream, more or less. Some of the guys, they didn't act like guys do. I thought that the writing was a little bit, I don't know. It was okay. It was kind of hard to decide what kind of movie it was supposed to be. The movie was made in 2021, and it kind of shows sometimes. In the end, the ending really elevated the whole movie from a 5 to a solid 6 out of 10. That's my final verdict for Promising Young Woman. A solid 6 out of 10. What do you think about Promising Young Woman? Have you seen it? Are you going to see it? What do you think about it? Leave it in the comments below. And don't forget to leave a like if you like this, if you like this video. And I will see you in the next one, okay? Bye-bye. Alright, let's talk about a movie that's older than most of the people I know. Directed in 1974 by a controversial Roman Polanski. The film is a mystery wrapped in an enigma with a side of a classic Hollywood swagger. The movie kicks off with Private Eye Jake Gittes, a guy who basically makes his living out of catching cheating spouses. He thinks he's got a simple gig, snaps some photos of a guy named Hollis Mulray, the chief water engineer for Los Angeles, who's supposedly having an affair. Easy money, right?
Wrong.
The wife who hired him turns out to be an imposter, and the real Evelyn Mulray shows up, furious. And when you think that, well, things can't get any more complicated, Hollis Mulray turns up dead.
It is a hospital, mein General.
I see. Well, let me know if there's any change in his condition. He's dead.
Now Jake is in a whole new world of trouble. What started as a simple case of infidelity, it spirals into a sprawling conspiracy involving water and some really dark, serious family secrets, okay? It was directed in 1974 by Roman Polanski, who was actually nominated for Best Director. Robert Towne won an Oscar for Best Writing, Original Screenplay. Remember the mayor from Blazing Saddles? Well, he pops up as a shady associate, and my immediate reaction was, I don't trust that guy. He's definitely up to no good. Then there's Paulie from Rocky, the sag-shat brother-in-law. His character arc in this movie is actually kind of wild. You first see him crying, and you kind of feel sorry for the guy, you know? A little later, you see his wife with a black eye, and my sympathies for him, they vanished faster than the water in the LA desert. I have no patience for men like that. They are cowards, and they belong in jail. For the first 30 minutes, I was kind of bored. I wanted things to start happening. I wanted some action. A guy is cheating on his wife. So what? Why should I care? But then, suddenly, things started to get interesting. The plot thickens. The twists were flying. And I was hooked. At one point, I thought, I have it all figured out. The two women must be in cahoots with each other to get the money. It's always about the money, right? But no, the movie is a master of misdirection. It keeps you guessing, and just when you think that you've caught up, it throws another curveball at you. There's so many little things about this movie that it took me back to a different era. For one, it starts with the end credits. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I haven't watched that many movies from the 60s and 70s. Maybe that was how they did it back in the days. They use credit cards and they read paper, newspaper, no iPhones, no internet. Just a guy with a detective's instinct and a paper trail. See what I did there? It's a charmer reminder of a simpler time when a good mystery unfolded one clue at a time, you know? Not with a quick Google search. The aesthetics, they are incredible too. The cars, the clothes, the architecture. I love it all. You know, the clothes. Just put this one on just for the occasion. Luckily I have one. I think they all need to bring back that style of the 50s, 60s, 70s. Maybe 50s, 60s more. But I like the 70s as well. Everything was just so much cooler back then. It's kind of sterile nowadays. Jack Nicholson in this movie is a revelation. He's not just the wild, over-the-top Jack we all know from his later roles. He's more subtle, more grounded. And yet we get those little glimpses, the glimmers of his signature eccentricity. He has a unique, almost floating way of moving in the scenes. And he's just in control of whatever he does. He just effortlessly just steals every scene that he's in. And it's a rare talent that you only see in a few modern actors, like Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, and Tom Hardy, for sure. And then there's Faye Dunaway. She's absolutely magnetic. I haven't seen her in anything before, but her performance here is hypnotic. There's this one dinner scene where she barely blinks while talking about something, well, some pretty serious stuff. And it's such a great detail. It shows that she's focused and she's hiding something, and not just nervous, you know? I think that her eyes are just pure magic. There's something I like in her eyes. Look, I'll be honest, I was a bit confused for a good chunk of the movie. There were so many names and faces, and I had to hit pause sometime just to trying to make sense of everything, trying to put all the pieces together. The ending, in particular, left me scratching my head. Was she innocent? Was she the one that did it? If you know what I mean? Was Jack having feelings for her? Was that why he did what he did? Was she innocent? I think I need to watch it a second time just to put all these pieces together. Right now, I'm rating it at a 6 out of 10, and I have a feeling that if I give it a second viewing, it could easily become an 8 out of 10. It has all the elements of a great film. Great acting, captivating mystery, and it turns out to be a really dark story that sticks with you for a long time after the credit roll. The credit rolls again. Have you seen Chinatown? What are your thoughts about it? What are your thoughts about the wild ending? If you like this video and you made it this far, maybe you should give the video a like. And if you really like what I do, well, maybe you should considering subscribing. Okay? And I will see you in the next movie, okay? Bye-bye! What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic day full of kind and happiness. I finally watched the 2017 remake of Murder on the Orient Express. And wow, what a journey. This movie is a visual masterpiece, shot in glorious 65mm film. The landscapes, the train, the lavish sets. It all looks absolutely stunning. It felt like I was riding in style with the one and only Hercules Poirot himself, who's played standing on his own two legs by the very, very stylish Dr. Ellis Lovelace.
Don't you just hate that song?
Mr. Lovelace also directed the movie.
The story starts fast. Hercule Poirot, the world's most famous detective,
And his mustache.
solves a crime in Jerusalem and eventually boards the Orient Express for a much needed rest. Now, of course, that's not going to happen. The clue hunt begins. About 30 minutes in, the movie really gets going. I was glued to the scene, trying to keep track of all the faces and names. Every time Hercules Poirot talks to a suspect, I thought, yep, that's the killer. It's so obvious. I was praying that the murder wasn't a random act by a random person. I was kind of hoping that everyone was in on it. Mostly due to all the facts that I collected with my fantastic, highly functional brain. And after 54 minutes and 3 seconds, a breakthrough! I figured out that the victim was drugged. So with no chance to fight back, it has to be a conspiracy. I paused the movie to collect my thoughts, and I decided that the maid was the culprit. With some help from the old Englishman. And the person in the red kimono, seen running away in the night, fleeing the crime scene, you might ask. Well, that's obviously Catwoman. That dirty old puss. That dirty old cat probably thought she was going to enjoy a full night of warm rum with Captain Sparrow. Dirty cat. The cast is insane. Now, the cast is a wild mix of incredible actors and some famous people. Dr. Lovelace's take on Hercule Poirot is a perfect blend of Dr. Strange's more serious Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Strangelove's charming and hilarious Inspector Clouseau. It's a great mix that's playful and full of class. I wasn't sure what I felt about Dr. Ellis Lovelace playing a Belgian detective with a French accent. It just didn't make sense at first. And then there was a scene when he's talking to his wife that he has in a picture.
No, I am very humble and I say like a little child. I do not know.
I am afraid, Macbeth.
And I'm thinking, he is really, really good. I like him. And then it's kind of clicked. He morphed into Hercule Poirot, and I left Airless Loveless for good in this movie. We need to talk about Hattie Tarrant Hightop. He is so fucking cool.
I think he's a wonderful actor that just has that movie star magic. And when I call somebody a movie star, that's the biggest compliment I can give.
What more could you ask for?
Seriously, I need to emphasize this. The way he nails the comedic parts, like when he tries to speak French with a ridiculously strong American accent, it's gold. All I can think about was Lieutenant Alder Rain yelling,
Gorlami. Ancora una volta. Gorlami.
in Inglourious Bastards. I can't say it enough. Hattie Tarrant Hightop is so good and a true movie star. Cameos. Well, we have Dr. Airless Loveless from Wild Wild West playing the role of Hercules Poirot and is also the director of the movie. Hattie Tarrant Hightop from Alice Through the Looking Glass and Joey Locke from the movie Cleaner
You to promise me something, Mr. Burgess. Don't let anyone take me out of the water.
shines the most from a crazy cast of great actors and some famous people. We have Catwoman from Batman Returns. Norman Osborn from the first Spider-Man by Sam Raimi.
Split town for a while. Maybe he did go to London. Sightseeing, drinking, whatever. Anyway, I'm pretty sure he'll turn up sooner or later.
And Sofia Serrano from Vanilla Sky.
I'll tell you in another life when we are both cats.
Just to name a few. They all do a great job here, and I can't find any character that I don't like in this movie, which is not common. Final thoughts. Murder on the Orient Express is a solid 8 out of 10. It keeps you guessing until the very, very satisfying end. The incredible production design elevates the story, making it feel just as grand and classy as the characters themselves. Now, what do you think about the ending? Did you guess who the killer was? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe if you made it this far. Okay? I hope you like it. And I will see you in the next movie, okay? Bye-bye. Purple eyes in the canyon. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic day, full of kind and happiness.
A Western with charm, comedy, and class.
I've heard the name. The name is Doc. I've heard of the 1958 legend. I've heard about the legendary Howard Hawks. And now I finally watched Rio Bravo. On the surface, it's a simple story. A small town sheriff named John T. Chance and his small crew are holding a murderous outlaw by the name of Joe Burdett in jail. They are holding up against an army of hired guns, dead set on springing him out of jail. But you see, this isn't your typical Western, and that became very clear from the very beginning. The movie kicks off with a silent introduction that's nothing short of almost pure genius. In just 5 minutes, and with only 5 spoken words, the film establishes everything we need to know about the characters and the stakes. It's a masterclass in visual storytelling that immediately draws you into not only the Wild West, but the Wild Wild West and the Wild Wild West. Thank you.
A ragtag team and a drunken deputy.
This was my introduction to some of the biggest names in Hollywood history. John Wayne.
That's right, Joe, you're under arrest.
Dean Martin.
You can do just about what you want, Chance.
The stunning Angie Dickinson.
Yes.
Yes, I could be. As a matter of fact, I am.
And Ricky Martin. No, Ricky Nelson.
I said I wouldn't start anything till I told you first. Now I'm telling you. I'm gonna see if he's got it.
While John Wayne plays the classic stoic lawman, the real heart of the story lies with his deputy, a character named Dude, played by Dean Martin. I have to admit, hearing the name Dude in a Western felt out of place at first, but it surprisingly worked in the end. Dude's struggle with alcoholism is a central and powerful part of the story. Watching him battle his inner demons with hands that shake so much he can barely hold a gun is a compelling and emotional journey. He reminds me of Gene Wilder's character in Blazing Saddles.
A man drink like that and he don't eat, he is going to die.
When?
Who also grappled with his past and still managed to be a pretty good shot when it matters the most. Then there's the legendary Angie Dickinson.
There. Well, it's all over, isn't it, John T?
Where'd you get those things?
I wore them the last place I worked.
I was completely captivated by her. She is breathtakingly beautiful, and her acting is just as captivating. Absolutely captivated. I was completely captivating. She is breathtakingly beautiful, and her acting is just as captivating. She brings an incredible amount of weight and credibility to her role, holding her own against the stoic presence of Mr. John Wayne. Her eyes are simply mesmerizing, and her performance stands out as one of the best in the entire film. She truly embodies the classic elegance and grace of women from that area, not counting her past, of course.
Wow. Thanks.
A Western with a surprising sense of humor.
I wasn't prepared for how funny this movie would be. The comedy in Rio Bravo is fantastic, driven by a witty and smart script. The hotel owner, for instance, acts exactly like Manuel from Fawlty Towers, and the comparisons were hilarious.
She told me not to wake you, senor.
Well, you can tell her. Fool.
Tell her she's a fool?
No. I'll tell her myself.
You tell her she's a fool?
I didn't say I was.
He say que no lo despierte. She say que lo despierte. Me, I'm in the middle. Ay, Dios.
There's also a particular scene when the dialogue goes kind of fast-paced. John Wayne's character pauses and he says,
I think you're too smart to stop that stage completely. Now I'm running out of breath. You talk if you want to.
I actually laughed out loud, and that's a rare occurrence for me with modern movies, let alone classic westerns.
Music in the canyon.
Purple eyes in the canyon. That's where I long to be. West Virginia, Mountain Mama. Thank you. Wow. What a great song by Dean Martin. Performed by me in this video. Thank you. The film features some truly unexpected musical moments. Dean Martin and Ricky Nelson break out into a song, and their vocals are absolutely incredible. I was blown away by Dean Martin's performance of My Rifle, My Pony and Me. It made me realize how much I miss spontaneous musical numbers in modern movies. It adds a layer of charm that's rarely, if ever, seen today. What about the cameos? I'm glad you asked. I can't remember any of the actors in anything that I've seen before. So we're just gonna move on and hope for the best in the next movie, okay? This is my final thoughts. Rio Bravo is more of a character study than an action-packed western. Now don't get me wrong, there's gunfights. There's explosions.
Let her go.
And unlike modern films that would be filled with non-stop shootouts, yes, I'm looking at you, Magnificent Seven, this one focuses more on the relationships and the dialogue, which makes it feel more genuine and grounded. The final gunfight, however, felt a little bit too calm and slapsticky, which unfortunately took away some of the tension that I feel that the movie needed to be an 8 out of 10. If I would have watched this movie when I was 10, 15 years old, it would probably be one of my favorite movies ever made. Now I'm in my late 20s and I see things with, I guess you can say, more mature eyes. Overall, Rio Bravo is a solid 6 out of 10. It's a fun, exciting movie with a great cast and a compelling story. Dean Martin and Angie Dickinson are the definitely standouts. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's a classic for a reason. Comments. If you think that this movie is a 10 out of 10, a 5 out of 10, or a 1 out of 10, then I'm happy for you. Please let me know why in the comments below. And if you've made it this far into the video, well, that means you should like the video and subscribe to the channel, okay? Take care, and I will see you in the next movie, okay? Bye-bye. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic day full of kind and happiness. I finally watched Robert Eggers' The Northman, a film based on the legend of Amleth, which is widely considered the primary inspiration for William Shakespeare's play Hamlet. I only know the story of Hamlet by name, so I couldn't tell you. Young Prince Amleth is played by a great young actor named, and I hope to see him in more videos in the future. He was really great. This is my first film for Mr. Eggers, and I was excited to see what he could do with a story in the Viking Age. Speaking of Mr. Eggers, I have his 2019 film, The Lighthouse, in my back catalog, so stay tuned for that one. The film follows a young Viking prince named Amleth, who witnesses his uncle, Fjolnir, murder his father, King Aurwandil, and abducts his mother, Queen Gudrun. Amleth escapes, swearing an oath to avenge his father and save his mother. He dedicates his life to this revenge, which ultimately leads to the epic final of this movie. I went into this movie thinking it was going to be a Scandinavian Viking version of Braveheart. Let's call it Vikings versus Braveheart. Crazy action, open field battles, Amleth's crazy berserker tribes roaming the north, plundering and pillaging on the road to avenge his father. But a little over an hour into the movie, I realized I was wrong. This isn't just an action-adventure movie. It's a brutal, spiritual, and deeply personal journey of revenge.
An authentic and terrifying world.
The production design and sound is world-class. Every detail from the costumes to the landscapes feel authentic. The film makes you feel the sheer cold and terrifying brutality of the Viking Age. The opening raid on a village is intense, raw, and absolutely gut-wrenching. It was exactly what I was hoping for, and after a while it made me think about the pure terror of living in that era. You can't even begin to imagine how it must have been to live with the constant threat of cold, pure and relentless evil. I think a better name for the Vikings in this movie are barbarians. The word Viking is too glorified and does not reflect their awful part of history.
The good, the bad, and the confusing.
I loved that Eggers went for historical accuracy. Some of the dialogue is spoken in Old Icelandic, I believe, and that was really cool to hear. But not everything worked for me. The sports match they play, Knatteklirk, it felt underwhelming in the end. The fight scene between Amleth and the Mountain seemed unnatural, almost like they were dancing. They were more dancing than fighting. For a film so focused on authenticity, that part looked fake, it lacked weight, and it took me out of the moment. I was thinking to myself, this isn't good enough. I've seen kung fu movies from the 70s that looked twice as good as this one, and I was actually annoyed that they kind of wasted such a great opportunity to have a unique scene between the Mountain and Amleth. And about that ending, I kept thinking, was it really worth it? Really? Amleth's quest for revenge, they cost so many lives, many of them innocent. They were even children. And he sacrificed everything, including the chance to see his own children grow up. That's how you know a movie has a powerful ending, when it leaves you reflecting on your own choices.
Cameos.
The acting in this movie is top-notch. Brad Colbert from Generation Kill is a beast. The man looks absolutely insane with those muscles, the long hair, and he's all covered in blood. I actually got goosebumps watching him, you know, going into that camp and, you know, just being an absolute berserker. It was so cool. I've been waiting for this kind of movie for a long time. Gina Gray from Peaky Blinders is perfect as the Russian slave, and is my second favorite character after Amleth. It was fun to see Jake Hoyt from Training Day and Sergeant Elias Gordon from Platoon in a short but powerful roles. On the other hand, Dr. Chase Meridian from Batman Forever is a miscast and feels like a poor choice for such an important part of the story. It was hard to read her emotions when her face seemed so still. I mean, why cast an actress with so much Botox in a film that values raw and natural looks? Don't get me wrong, I like Dr. Chase Meridian, also known as Nicole Kidman. Her acting in Australia and Cold Mountain are absolutely fantastic. I find it so frustrating why she couldn't just let her beautiful face age in a more natural way. Girls, Botox is not sexy.
Final verdict.
The Northman is a powerful and brutal story about revenge, betrayal, and family. While the lack of action was a bit of a letdown, it focuses more on the spiritual journey, which we've seen so many times before. The film's fantastic production design and intense action scenes make it a fun and sometimes terrifying experience. Overall, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. It's a journey that left me wanting more, but also left me a lasting impression. If you think that this movie is a 10 out of 10, a 5 out of 10, or a 1 out of 10, then I'm happy for you. Please let me know why in the comments below. If you made it this far into the video, then it means you should like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Okay. Do it. Do it.
Thank you. Take care, and I will see you in the next movie, okay? Bye-bye. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic day, full of kind and happiness. Today we are strapping on our boots and riding into the sunset with a movie I just absolutely loved. The 1979 classic, The Electric Horseman. This film stars two Hollywood heavyweights, Robert Redford and Jane Fonda, and it's directed by the great Sidney Pollack. Now, the setup is fantastic. Redford plays Sonny Steele, a washed-up, boozy rodeo champ who is basically a corporate puppet, shilling cereal while riding a ridiculous 12 million electric lit horse in Las Vegas. That's a tough word. Electric lit horse. But when he discovers his unique co-star is being abused, he snaps. He takes the horse and goes on a run. This isn't just a movie, folks. It's pure cinematic rebellion.
The Fading Star and the Casino Heist.
This film had me instantly. And not just because I love country culture. It starts perfectly with a classic Willie Nelson song played softly as we get a painful backstory of Sonny Steele. It immediately establishes that profound, heartbreaking sound of a hero losing his way. It's incredibly difficult to watch a legend lose their sense of value. A genuine cowboy tragically drowning in the artificial glare of the city, using alcohol as his only way to cope with the crushing spotlights. It made me think of icons like Elvis, who felt like they didn't quite belong in the fame machine that they built. Redford, by the way, is a movie star. He has that incredible Brad Pitt aura, mixed with a little bit of Owen Wilson charm.
You smile, baby. You get my insurance. I was giving mouth-to-mouth resuscitation to a bottle of tequila. But we lost her, too.
That ability to be an utter disaster while remaining utterly lovable, that's a superpower. He nails that complex role of being a likable drunk in a way that feels authentic and not a cliche. Then comes the moment that made me smile wild. He's riding that electric horse in the casino. The lights, the setting, the sheer audacity. It's pure, unadulterated movie magic. The hero is back, and he has a mission. The horse, rising star, isn't just corporate livestock. It's a symbol of his lost purpose. You can actually see him kind of wake up and find his soul the moment he decides to fight for the beautiful horse.
A witty chase and timeless chemistry.
Now, our hero is on the run. And who's chasing him? Jane Fonda plays an ambitious, no-nonsense news reporter. She's just mesmerizing, in my opinion. She has that timeless, classic elegance that's just so rare today.
Well, what do I do? Just take this road back to the broken tree?
She manages to bring a real intellectual and emotional weight to her scenes with a stoic Redford. Their chemistry isn't explosive. It's subtle, smart, and it builds beautifully over the film. Is she helping him for the scoop of the century, or because she genuinely likes that flawed man beneath the sparkle?
When was the last time you were surprised?
You were a surprise.
Probably both. And that moral dilemma is what I love about movies like this. Sure, stealing a $12 million horse is wrong. But if you have a heart, you know it's the right thing to do. I have so much respect for Sonny for finally standing up for something real. The whole adventure is filled with a delightful weirdness. We get to witness a horse inside a caravan and a hilarious car chase with a horse. A cinematic first for me. Now, I do have one small cinematic complaint. There's a quick, jarring cut where Fonda and Redford first physically clash. It needed more build-up and tension to land correctly. But honestly, that's a small blemish on an otherwise fantastic film.
Final verdict.
By the final scenes, where the emotional stakes are highest, I was completely invested.
Hey? I keep wanting to thank you, but then I keep wondering what for.
I know, me too.
I was literally screaming at the screen, "Stay! You love him!" The ending left me with a beautiful, bittersweet feeling. It perfectly captures the sadness of necessary sacrifice, I guess. The Electric Horseman is a strong 8 out of 10 for me. It's a beautifully made, feel-good movie with incredible actors, charming characters, and a heart that will stay with you. It's the kind of story about love, lost purpose, and fighting for what's right that Hollywood doesn't really make anymore. A story where a complex man finds a purpose and becomes the hero he needs to be. If you think that this movie is a 10 out of 10, a 5 out of 10, or a 1 out of 10, then I'm happy for you. Please let me know why in the comments below. If you made it this far into the video, then it means you should like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Okay? Do it. Do it.
Thank you. Take care, and I will see you in the next movie, okay? In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic day full of kind and happiness. Today we are diving into a classic movie, Steel Magnolias from 1989. This movie takes us to a picture-perfect small town in Louisiana, where a group of 6 best friends meet up all the time. And where is their main spot? Truvy's Beauty Parlor, a home saloon where everybody can get their hair done and, more importantly, share all the gossip.
The 6 Magnolias and their world.
We follow 6 cool women. First one is Jeremy Jahns, the witty, big-haired, big-hearted owner of the saloon, who freely dispenses shampoo and free advice. And she's played by the one and only Dolly Parton, who is really, really great in this one. And the second one is Annelle, the new, initially shy beauty school graduate Truby hires. Annelle starts the film running away from a troubled past, but finds stability, faith, and love in, well, this place called Shinquinpin. I can never pronounce that properly. And she's played by Daryl Hannah, which is really, really great in this one. I would say Daryl Hannah is probably the best part in this movie, I have to say. Now the third one is Clary Blacher, the classy, sassy, recently widowed grand dame of the town, whose love for gossip and sugar-coated wisdom helps her adjust to life after losing her husband. And the fourth one is Oser Bordeaux, the local eccentric and wealthy curmudgeon, known for her sharp tongue. She has this line, I'm not crazy, I've just been in a bad mood for 4 years. She is Claire's closest friend and provides a huge amount of comic relief. And the fifth one is Melin. I just love that name. I just love saying that name, Melin. Melin. It's a lovely name. Melin Eaton is played by Sally Field, which I always like Sally Field. She's always great. She plays a socially prominent and deeply caring mother who is often worried and overprotective, especially regarding her daughter's health. And the daughter, played by Julia Roberts, is Shelby Eaton Locher. and she is Melin's lovely, lively daughter, and kind of the heart of the group, who is determined to live a full life despite of her health condition.
The heart of the story.
The movie starts off just like the Home Alone scene where they are ready to go to the airport. And in this one, everybody gets ready for Shelby's wedding. But right away, we learn the big issue. Shelby has type 1 diabetes. And because of that, the doctors have warned her not to get pregnant, as it could be very dangerous for her. This is why Melin is so worried and often quite angry. She just wants to keep her daughter safe. But Shelby, who is, full of life, wants a full life. She decides to take a big risk and get pregnant. The film follows all the ups and downs of their lives, from a happy baby shower to just hanging out and talking.
The tragedy and the strength.
As the movie moves forward, things get really, really sad. Shelby's health gets worse, and she eventually needs a kidney transplantation. And her mother, Melin, gives her a kidney. And for a while, everything seems okay, but the illness comes back, and tragically, Shelby passes away. This is where the title Steel Magnolias makes, perfect sense. These women might seem delicate like a magnolia flower, but when the worst happens, they show their true, incredible steel strength. In the end, all the women surround Melin with a mix of crying and laughing.
I just want to get something. I want to hit it hard. Here. Hit this. Are you high, Clary?
Hey, have you lost your mind?
We'll sell t-shirts saying I slapped Ways of Boudreaux. This is your chance to do something for your fellow man. Knock her lights out, Melin. Go me. Melin, you just missed a chance of a lifetime. Half a chicken parish should give the eye teeth to take a whack of Ways up.
They help her deal with the biggest loss of her life and find the courage to keep going for her grandson.
Final thoughts.
This movie is a wonderful look at how important friendship is in life. It might not always be clear what the plot is about, but you get pulled into their world. With such a great cast and a fantastic soundtrack. I forgot to mention that. Really good music in this one. It's an easy movie to enjoy. I give Steel Magnolia a solid 6 out of 10. It's a wonderful movie about life, friendship, and the strength of women. If you think that this movie is a 10 out of 10, a 5 out of 10, or a 1 out of 10, well then I'm happy for you. Please let me know why in the comments below. And if you've made it this far into the video, well then it means you should like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Okay? Do it. Do it.
Thank you. And as always, in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic day, full of kind and happiness. I finally watched the 2024 DC movie, Joker, Folie à Deux. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I don't really know. This is a wild trip, and it pushes the boundaries of what a comic book film can be. Arthur Fleck is locked up at Arkham State Hospital, waiting for the biggest court case in Gotham history, his trial for murders.
The defense and the downfall.
Arthur's lawyer is trying to get him off by arguing for insanity. The whole strategy is to convince the court that the Joker is a separate, violent personality that took over Arthur, a product of his sickness, not his true self, Meanwhile, Arthur is on heavy medication, which gives the first hour of the film a slow and kind of heavy feel. You can see him struggling to keep the chaotic Joker side locked down.
Folie à deux, madness for two.
The core of the movie and its title is the idea of shared madness. While in Arkham, Arthur meets an inmate named Harley Lee Quinzel, which is played by Lady Gaga. Lee is immediately obsessed, not with the sad Arthur Fleck, but with the famous, revolutionary Joker persona.
Nobody knows but also we killed my mother.
I should have done that. My mother had me committed. She says I'm psychotic. You know, I must have watched that TV movie they made about you like 20 times. When I first saw Joker, when I saw you and Murray Franklin, the whole time I was watching, I kept thinking, I hope this guy blows his brains out. And then you did.
They quickly form a deep, insane bond, and the film uses musical fantasy sequences to show how their minds blend together.
Let's go. Do you think this famous man, which I must play his speech, thinking alone down, let's go down his name.
For them, singing and dancing are the only way to escape the horrible reality of their lives. And I like that premise. It connects them on a deeper, shared psychological level. The musical parts didn't really work for me at first, but honestly, they grew and grew on me as the movie went on, and in the end, I didn't mind them at all, actually. I just gotta say, Lady Gaga is phenomenal in this movie. She has those crazy eyes and that manic energy that is just perfect. Ooh. I'm calling it right now. It's the best Harley Quinn ever.
Betrayal, chaos, and redemption.
The movie kicks into high gear during the trial. Arthur's life is shattered when his lawyers reveals the truth about Lee. She isn't a troubled inmate at all. She's a wealthy psychiatry student who fabricated her life story and committed herself just to get close to the famous Joker. She's an opportunist and a manipulator. She was only ever interested in the icon and not the man. Now this is a huge turning point for Arthur. He faces a deep crisis of identity after witnessing the extreme violence and abuse of the Arkham guards. You know, he even witnessing them murder a fellow inmate. He realizes that wearing the Joker makeup and becoming the icon didn't really change anything. It only brought more chaos and pain.
The smartest part of the ending.
In a moment of clarity, or surrender, Arthur fires his lawyer and speaks for himself. He re-announces the Joker persona, declaring to the court and to the world that he takes full responsibility as Arthur Fleck. He is done being the icon for Gotham's anger. Now this choice enrages his followers, especially Lee, who storms out. And as the jury reads the guilty verdict, a car bomb explodes outside the courthouse, causing mass casualties. The district attorney, Harvey Dent, is injured, likely getting the scars that leads him to become Two-Face. Arthur escapes in the chaos, only to find Lee waiting for him in her new, full Harley Quinn look. But she completely rejects him, She wanted the Joker, and he chose to be Arthur. She walks away, leaving him to be re-arrested.
The true Joker rises.
Back at Arkham, Arthur is broken and alone, and he's confronted by a young inmate who idolizes the Joker. The inmate tells Arthur a final dark joke before stabbing him to death. As Arthur bleeds out, the killer carves a smile into his own face. This is the brilliant, smart ending, in my opinion. Arthur Fleck was just the inspiration, you know, the spark that created the idea of the Joker. He wasn't the final version, the true Joker, the one who probably will be ending up fighting Batman in the future. He's the one who was willing to embrace the pure, chaotic evil that Arthur finally rejected.
Final thoughts, a divisive masterpiece.
This movie feels like a clash of two different types of films. A psychological drama and a surreal musical. And that's why some people hated it. But I see it as an anti-DC movie and a breath of fresh air in a stale genre landscape. The actor for Harvey Dent was way too young and lacked the authority and presence needed to be a true rival to Arthur. You know, they should have built up a better Joker versus Dent dynamic before the trial. I wish filmmakers would trust the audience to accept a villain as simply a villain. Not every bad guy needs a tragic backstory to explain why they are evil. Joaquin Phoenix is just absolutely fantastic. When the film comes alive in the second half, he proves why he is the best to play this role. He's just absolutely fantastic.
Why do you stay with your abusive boyfriend? And she said, "Beats the hell out of me!" I told you to drop it. You jackass. Aren't you gonna buy me a drink first?
Lady Gaga is fantastic, injecting that manic energy that the character needs. The musical parts grew on me and became a kind of unique way to understand the character's mental states. Ultimately, this is like Game of Thrones Season 8. Some will love it, others will hate it. And I understand both sides. And for me, it's an 8 out of 10 movie that is truly unforgettable. Now, if you think that this movie is a 10 out of 10, a 5 out of 10, or a 1 out of 10, well then I'm happy for you. Please let me know why in the comments below. And if you've made it this far into the video, well, that means you should like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Okay? Do it. Do it.
Thank you. Take care, and I will see you in the next movie. And as always, in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic day full of kind and happiness. Today we are looking at a really cool old movie from way back in the 1955. It's called To Catch a Thief. It has two huge stars, Cary Grant and Grace Kelly. If you love beautiful places and a fun mystery, well, stick around. It's gonna be fun.
Who's the sneaky cat?
Okay, so meet John Robbie, played by Cary Grant. He used to be a super famous jewel thief. They called him the Cat. But he stopped stealing and now lives in a nice, quiet life in a really, really beautiful place called the French Riviera. You know, it's that sunny coast in France, you know? But then, suddenly, someone else starts stealing jewels. And they're doing it just like the cat used to. So everybody thinks Robbie is stealing again. To prove he's innocent, Robbie has to find out who the cat is. This leads him to the beautiful, rich American girl named Francie Stevens, played by Grace Kelly. She is really interested in Robbie's past as a thief. While Robbie is trying to find the bad cat, Francie is also chasing him. It's like a fun, romantic game of hide and seek in a way. Things get more serious, but eventually the hunt for the thief ends at a big masquerade party. Robbie sets out a clever trap, and after a chase on the rooftop, he finally catches the real cat. It's a big surprise who it turns out to be in the end. And with his name clear, Robbie is ready for a happy new life with Francie.
My favorite parts.
This was my first time seeing Cary Grant and Grace Kelly act together. And oh, wow, they have amazing chemistry. And I have to tell you, I absolutely love Robbie's house. The view from there is absolutely stunning. It looks like a painting. I guess you can just wish that you could live there, huh? Now, Robbie's he's a really smart thief. He has some really clever ways to escape when the police come and look for him. And the camera work is also pretty awesome, especially those shots from the helicopter showing off the beautiful area of the Riviera. This movie is just so much fun and charming. It's light and playful. Now, I had my own guesses about who's the new cat was. And at first I actually thought that it was the insurance guy because, you know, he went to bed early. He was kind of dodgy, you know. But then, with how much Francie was, she was flirting with him, I started to think maybe she was the thief. Speaking of Grace Kelly is a great actress, especially in that picnic scene in the car.
I think Lady Kenton should be our next job.
Now listen.
Isn't she on your list? She ought to be. Kenton jewels are famous. I know every inch of a villa.
I can already hear your next line.
The cat has a new kitten. When do we start?
I'm not John Roby the cat.
Why are the police following you? Show me that real estate list. That villa we went to isn't for rent and you know it. Sanford's have owned it for years and I'm going to a party there in a week. You have a very strong grip. The kind of burglar needs.
And she plays a girl who wants adventure and finds Robbie, you know, her own stray cat. I also noticed that this old movie acting it's pretty cool. Sometimes it sounds like they're almost singing their lines, which is kind of charming once you get used to it, I guess. The scene where Robbie and Francie are laying on the couch is, well, that is really, really fun.
Just as long as you're satisfied.
You know as well as I do, this necklace is imitation.
Well, I'm not.
The movie cleverly cuts to fireworks at the perfect moment, and I just think that's really good comedy.
Is it still good today?
Now, after watching it, I have to admit I had a really great time. It's a really enjoyable movie with beautiful actors, amazing places, cool old cars, and a fun mystery story. The writing is good, and the acting is, at times, fantastic, I have to say. So, in the end, To Catch a Thief is a wonderful, playful, and smart movie. I'm giving it a solid 6 out of 10. It's a perfect movie if you want something beautiful, fun, and just with a little bit of mysteriousness to it, you know? If you think that this movie is a 10 out of 10, a 5 out of 10, or a 1 out of 10, then I'm happy for you. Please let me know why in the comments below. And if you made it this far into the video, well, that means you should like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Okay, do it. Do it.
Thank you. Take care, and I will see you in the next movie. And as always, in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. What's up, my friend? Welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic day, full of kind and happiness. Today we are diving deep into a movie that's absolutely gorgeous and incredibly emotional. Roma. This film by director Alfonso Cuarón, I believe that's how you pronounce it. It isn't just a movie. It's kind of an experience. It cleaned up at the Oscars, winning Best Director and Best Cinematography. And after watching it, you'll see why. Grab your snacks and let's go.
A year in a broken home.
This movie is set in Mexico City in the early 1970s, and it's filmed entirely in stunning, crisp black and white. We follow a sweet, quiet young woman named Cleo. She's a live-in maid for a wealthy family, a mother, Sofia, and her 4 lively children. Cleo is basically the glue of the household. Her life is a constant round of work, cooking, cleaning, and most importantly, loving the children. You can tell that they adore her even more than their own parents sometimes.
2 families falling apart.
The main story has 2 huge problems happening at the same time. The mother, Sofia, starts to realize that her husband, Antonio, well, he's disappearing. He takes long business trips, but everyone knows that he's leaving the family for another woman. And Cleo starts dating a martial arts fanatic named Fermin. And when she tells him she's pregnant, he panics and quite cruelly abandons her in a movie theater.
The struggles of the 2 women.
As their men leave them, Cleo and Sofia, they are forced to face tough times together. I noticed a cool moment with the family's big, expensive American car. The dad, he always parked the car just like perfectly in a really narrow garage. It was kind of a symbol of, you know, he was in control of the situation. He was in control of that car, you know. And as he leaves, the mom is so angry and sad that she just crashes the car into the garage wall. It was quite funny when you see it. And it shows that she's lost control. So I really like that one. And Cleo has a very sad and dramatic experience. When she goes out shopping for a crib, a huge and violent student protest breaks out in the city. In the middle of the chaos, her water breaks and she's rushed to the hospital where she has a stillborn baby. It's a horrible, shocking scene that really stays with you for a long time. And I don't really know what the purpose of that scene was. It didn't add anything. It only had shock value.
My thoughts. Why this is a masterpiece.
I can't stop thinking about this film. It was my first Mexican film and it set the bar really high. The black and white photography isn't just a style choice. It makes the movie feel like sort of a memory. You can almost pause any scene and it will look like a beautiful painting. It finds the beauty in everything, even something covered in mud. The director almost never uses close-ups on the actors' faces. This forces you to look at the wider picture. The streets, the huge houses, the chaos. The house and the city is almost like one main character in of itself.
Moments that hit hard.
You can't help but fall in love with Cleo. She has such a warm heart and a soft touch, and you just root for her the whole time. The scene where her boyfriend, Fermin, shows off his martial arts move in the bedroom. I found it surprising, to say the least, but interesting. It shows that even with a girl next to him, his focus and discipline, the thing that helped him earlier, are still in his main priority. This movie bravely shows the political trouble in Mexico at that time. Like the government opened fire on the demonstrators. It's a painful reminder of what was happening outside the walls of that rich family's house.
The powerful ending.
After all the heartbreak, we get the moment that brings everything together. The family goes on a beach trip, and two of the kids, they get caught in a strong wave. And even though Cleo doesn't know how to swim, she runs into the dangerous water and saves them. And on the beach, holding the wet children, Cleo finally breaks down and cries, confessing that she never wanted her own baby. In response, the mother and all the kids, they hold her in a tight hug. Cleo lost one child, but saved two. It's the ultimate moment where she is fully embraced as a true part of the family, even as everything else has broken apart.
Must watch.
I don't know how to perfectly summarize this movie, but I know it's gonna stay with me for a long time. It's one of the most powerful stories I've ever seen on film. It's a true masterpiece, a 10 out of 10 movie, a must watch. If you think that this movie is a 10 out of 10, a 5 out of 10, or a 1 out of 10, then I'm happy for you. Please let me know why in the comments below. And if you've made it this far into the video, well, that means you should like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Okay, do it. Do it.
Thank you. Take care, and I will see you in the next movie. And as always, in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. What's up, my friend? Welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic day full of kind and happiness. The movie is set in England in the early 1700s, during a time when the country is at war with France. On the throne sits Queen Anne, who is often sick, has painful gout, and is very emotional. She has suffered the loss of 17 children, and she keeps 17 pet rabbits in their place. Because she is frail and doesn't care much about politics, she lets her closest friend, Lady Sarah Churchill, handle all the real ruling of the country. Sarah is powerful, confident, and tough. She is the Queen's trusted advisor, companion, and secret lover. She uses her strong influence over the Queen to control Parliament and decide the course of the war. Sarah is the original favorite and uses a kind of tough love with the Queen, often scolding her, but she does genuinely care for her.
The arrival of a new servant.
The dynamic changes when Abigail Hill arrives. Abigail is Sarah's cousin, but her family lost all their money, and she's now forced to work as a lowly, scullery maid, arriving at the castle just covered in mud. Now, Abigail is determined to get her noble status back and sees the Queen's court as her only chance. Abigail is cunning and begins to work her way up. And when she sees how much pain the Queen is in from her gout, she secretly collects special herbs to help her, even though she is severely punished by Sarah for going into the Queen's room without permission. When the herb works, Sarah promotes Abigail to be the Queen's Lady of the Bedchamber.
The fight for power!
Abigail quickly realizes the true nature of the relationship between Sarah and the Queen. She begins to charm Queen Anne with flattery and kindness, the opposite of Sarah's, harsh honesty. Abigail gives the Queen exactly what she needs, someone who is gentle and gives her constant attention. A vicious love triangle begins as Sarah and Abigail competes to be the Queen's most loved companion, tries to hold on to her control by using her long history of political power over the Queen. Abigail is far sneakier. She works with a political opponent in Parliament to undermine Sarah. She also begins a sexual relationship with the Queen, stealing Sarah's most intimate role. The Queen, needy and easily swayed, starts to favor Abigail. Sarah tries to fight back with angry letters and threats, but this only pushes the Queen further away.
The final vicious blow.
The rivalry becomes all-out war. Abigail takes the final cruel step. She poisons Sarah's tea, causing Sarah to fall ill and be dragged away, disgraced and out of the palace. Now with Sarah gone, Abigail wins. She's promoted, gets her noble title back by marrying a lord, and becomes the new, undeniable favorite. However, once Abigail has everything she wanted, she becomes arrogant. She is now lazy, ignores the Queen, and acts cruelly towards the palace staff and even one of the Queen's beloved rabbits. The Queen, still miserable and now even more alone, finally realizes Abigail's true and cold nature. In the final scene, the Queen forces Abigail to kneel down and massage her leg, reminding Abigail that despite her new title, she is still a servant and the Queen is still in control of her life. The movie ends with Abigail's victory turning into a kind of a prison.
Conclusion.
The Favorite has a simple but interesting story, and it features fantastic performances by Emma Stone and Olivia Colman. The odd camera angles and lenses, plus the slow pace sometimes, really hurt my enjoyment. And because of the acting and the cool story, I'm giving The Favourite a 6 out of 10. I expected a little bit more from this movie, but it's worth watching for the performances alone. Now, if you think that this movie is a 10 out of 10, a 5 out of 10, or a 1 out of 10, well then I'm happy for you. Please let me know why in the comments below. And if you've made it this far into the video, well, that means you should like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Okay? Do it. Do it.
Thank you. Take care, and I will see you in the next movie. And as always, in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. What's up, my friend? Welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic day, full of kind and happiness. Today we are diving into a forgotten gem from 1981, Blowout. This isn't just some old movie. It's a stylish, smart, and deeply cynical thriller from director Brian De Palma. And it starts as super cool John Travolta at the top of his game. If you like mysteries, political conspiracies, or movie where people obsessively try to find the truth, well, this is the one for you.
An accident? Or is it?
The story follows Jack Terry, John Travolta, a professional sound designer in Philadelphia. He has a fascinating job. Record sounds like wind, traffic, and screams to use in cheap horror movies. It's a unique and cool job, and it's the key to a whole mystery. One night, Jack is out recording late when a car blows a tire and crashes into a river. He jumps in, but he can only save the passenger, a young woman named Sally, who's played by Nancy Allen. The driver, who unfortunately drowns, turns out to be a major politician and a presidential hopeful. The news quickly calls it a tragic accident. Case closed, but Jack isn't convinced.
A gunshot on tape.
When Jack plays back his recording, he doesn't just hear the crash, he isolates the audio, and there it is, a distinctive gunshot just before the tire blows. Jack now knows that the accident was actually an assassination to stop the politician. And this is what makes the movie so brilliant. Jack doesn't use a photograph like in the movie Blow Up, he uses sound. He teams up with Sally, who was part of the blackmail plot against the politician, to find a visual proof to match his audio evidence. Suddenly, a massive, dark politician conspiracy unfolds. Everyone involved, from Sally to the witness, is in danger. A dangerous hired killer is sent to silence them all. He is cold, he's ruthless, and he targets Sally to cover up the crime.
Why this movie still matters.
Director Brian De Palma is known for his incredible style. He uses long, suspenseful shots, bold colors, and an almost viewer camera angle that makes you feel like you're right in the middle of the danger. The way he builds up tension, especially during that climactic Labor Day parade chase. It's phenomenal. Many movies from this era wraps things up neatly. Blowout doesn't. Jack races against time, uses his expert sound skill to track Sally, but the ending is quite crushing and tragic. The final moments are a punch to the gut and shows the ultimate failure of a hero. A necessary reminder that not every hero wins and not every truth is exposed. This is a smart, well-made movie with a unique plot you won't forget. A solid 8 out of 10. If you appreciate films that are willing to be cynical and bleak, like a great film noir, then you need to see Blowout. If you think that this movie is a 10 out of 10, a 5 out of 10, or a 1 out of 10, well, then I'm happy for you. Please let me know why in the comments below. And if you made it this far into the video, well, that means you should probably like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Okay, do it. Do it.
Thank you. Take care, and I will see you in the next movie. And as always, in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. What's up, my friend? Welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic day full of kind and happiness. Picture this. You have a movie with Helen Mirren, Edward Norton, Kate Winslet, Michael Pena, Naomi Harris, Keira Knightley, and Will Smith. Sounds like a guaranteed hit, right? Well, today we're talking about the movie that proved, even with a great cast, you can't save a confusing cold story. This is Collateral Beauty from 2016.
Setting up the characters.
Our main guy is Howard. He used to be a super successful ad executive, happy, sharp, and on top of the world. But then tragedy hits. His young daughter died. Howard is completely broken. He doesn't work. He just builds giant, fragile domino structures and writes angry letters to 3 big ideas: death, time, and love.
The problem and the crazy plan.
Howard's sadness is really hurting the company. His business partners, Edward Norton, Kate Winslet, and Michael Pena, are freaking out. So they come up with a, well, truly bonkers, kind of awful plan. They hire 3 actors to pretend to be death, time, and love, and actually talk to Howard. The actor playing death is supposed to help Howard talk about his deep pain. The actor playing time reminds him that life keeps moving, whether he wants it or not. The actor playing love tries to show him that even now he still has human connections.
Where the movie goes wrong.
Here is the biggest problem with the movie and why it fails. We don't care. The movie tells us Howard lost a child, but it never shows us enough of the loss. It feels like just words on a page. The movie breaks the most important rule of filmmaking: make the audience care about the main character. We're just watching rich people trick a grieving man, and it's hard to root for anyone.
The road to healing.
And while the trick is going on, Howard starts going to a support group for grieving parents. He meets a woman named Madeline, who's played by Naomi Harris, which is really, really good in this movie, who has also lost a child. She is nice, she's warm, and she seems to understand his pain. In the end, all the talking and the therapy, it works. Howard finally has an emotional breakdown and realizes that even in the deepest pain, there is something beautiful that comes from it. They call it collateral beauty. He starts to heal and fix things with his friends. But there is a kicker. The famous twist. Madeline, the kind woman from the support group, she was actually the actress hired to play love. The whole group meeting, the entire relationship, was part of the plan to trick him into healing.
Final thoughts? Final thoughts?
This movie had so much potential. It had a unique idea and an all-star cast, especially Helen Mirren, who is fantastic as the actress playing Death. But the movie is too confusing. It has too many plots that doesn't fit together, and the worst of all, it's just cold. They never show us enough of the relationship with the wife or the daughter to give the story the emotional push it needed. It should have been a warm, simple movie. Maybe even set around Christmas, a time of hope. Instead, it's a complicated mess that fails to make you feel anything for the main character. My score is a generous 5 out of 10. It's a prime example of a great cast not being able to save a bad script. Now, if you think that this movie is a 10 out of 10, a 5 out of 10, or a 1 out of 10, well, then I'm happy for you. Please let me know why in the comments below. And if you've made it this far into the video, well, that means you should like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Okay, do it. Do it.
Thank you. Take care, and I will see you in the next movie. And as always, in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. What's up, my friend? Welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic day full of kind and happiness. CODA isn't just a movie, it's a profound cinematic experience that sweeps you up in its emotional current and leaves you breathless. This Best Picture Oscar winner, which also took home Best Supporting Actor and Best Adapted Screenplay, is undoubtedly one of the best movies in years and an absolute must-see.
A heartfelt family dynamic.
The film centers on Ruby Rossi, a high schooler in a tough fishing town of Gloucester, Massachusetts. Ruby is the titular child of deaf adults, CODA, the only hearing member of her family, including her parents, Frank and Jackie, and brother Leo. Ruby's life is defined by responsibility. She is their vital bridge to the hearing world, acting as their sign language interpreter for their struggling family fishing business. The film beautifully captures the hard work and respect due to those in that demanding industry.
The power of music and choice.
The great plot kicks off when Ruby discovers a profound talent for singing after joining the high school choir on a whim. Her passionate and dedicated choir master, Mr. Villa-Lobos, a truly amazing actor, recognizes her gift and pushes her towards an audition for the prestigious Berklee College of Music. This sets up the central conflict. Ruby must choose between her increasing dreams and the deep obligation to her family's future. A truly hard decision to make. Being deaf really makes life a challenge, and the film doesn't shy away from showing the family's anxiety about adjusting to life without their interpreter.
Emotional peaks and fantastic performances.
What elevates CODA is its pitch-perfect blend of genuine drama and great music. The family moments are pure gold, including the lovable jokes, like the memorable scene with the doctor and the no sex for 2 weeks sign language translation. The singing is fantastic, delivering those rare, powerful moments that gives you actual goosebumps and almost brings you to tears. The ultimate highlight is the audition to Berklee, which is one of the best and most emotional things I've ever seen on film. It's a 10 out of 10 movie. It's absolute cinema. By the end, the family finds a way to support Ruby's journey, affirming their connection even as she leaves for college. If you think that this movie is a 10 out of 10, a 5 out of 10, or a 1 out of 10, well, then I'm happy for you. Please let me know why in the comments below. And if you made it this far into the video, well, that means you should like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Okay, do it. Do it.
Thank you. Take care, and I will see you in the next movie. And as always, in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. What's up, my friend? Welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic day full of kind and happiness. Nightcrawler is a phenomenal dark thriller that grips the viewer from the opening scene and never lets go. More than just a crime drama, it's a chillingly effective satire on modern media, the hunger for sensation, and it's delivered through a career-defining performance by Jake Gyllenhaal.
The magnetic monster, Lou Bloom.
The film centers on Lou Bloom, a character who is at once unsettlingly creepy and strangely charming. He is a hyper-articulate, highly intelligent drifter with a frighteningly blank moral slate. Gyllenhaal embodies this sociopathy completely based on him hardly blinking, and it's spot on. This subtle physical effect creates a scary, predatory intensity, making every one of his monologues feel like a chilling threat. Now Lou finds his calling watching the Nightcrawlers, freelance camera operators who chase emergency calls to sell graphic footage to local news. this is a truly unique plot element, exploring the dark intersection of journalism and exploitation.
The rise of a predator.
Lou's transition from a petty thief to media mogul is swift and kind of terrifying. He quickly masters the trade, transforming into a predator who understands human behavior and instinct. Specifically, how to exploit desperation. As his colleague notes that he doesn't understand people. The truth is that Lou understands their weaknesses perfectly and uses them to gain total control. His dynamic with a desperate morning news director, played by Rene Russo, is quite a highlight. Lou systematically manipulates her, knowing exactly what graphic, ratings-driven footage she needs, and in exchange, demanding higher pay and power of sort. The film's core dictum, if it bleeds, it leads, is presented not as a criticism of the viewer, but of the machine that supplies the gore.
Moral erosion and final descent.
The most compelling aspect of Nightcrawler is witnessing Lou's escalating ambition and moral decay. He moves from simply filming tragedy to actively tampering with crime scenes for better angles. His decision to hire Rick as a low-paid assistant, only to eventually sacrifice him for the sake of a perfect shot, is shocking, chilling climax that cements his monstrosity. When Lou puts up his hair, he isn't just grooming, he's focused and switched on, a predator ready to strike. The conclusion is bleak but brilliant. Lou Bloom faces no punishment. The system rewards his ruthless ambition with success, making the film a powerful, cynical statement.
Conclusion.
Nightcrawler is a great movie because of its smart script, tight direction, and commitment to its dark themes. While its subject matter is deeply disturbing, the narrative momentum and Gyllenhaal's fantastic performance makes it essential viewing. An 8 out of 10 movie. It's a masterful character study that doubles as a horrifying commentary on the American dream, taken to its most extreme, unethical conclusion. Now, if you think that this movie is a 10 out of 10, a 5 out of 10, or a 1 out of 10, well then I'm happy for you. Please let me know why in the comments below. And if you made it this far into the video, well, that means you should like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Okay? Do it. Do it.
Thank you. Take care, and I will see you in the next movie, okay? And as always, in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. What's up, my friend? Welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic day, full of kind and happiness. This is my first time watching a movie by the famous director Akira Kurosawa. It's definitely an interesting and unique story, but it wasn't the total masterpiece I expected. At first, I didn't even understand what the movie was trying to show me, especially with those long shots of one person just walking.
The plot, a puzzle of perspectives.
The movie starts with three men, a woodcutter, a priest, and a commoner, hiding from a huge rainstorm under a broken gate. They are talking about a confusing murder case that they just heard about. A samurai was killed and his wife was raped in a nearby forest. The whole film is about the court hearing from this one crime. We hear 4 different versions of what happened from the people involved. The bandit, the wife, the samurai, and the woodcutter who saw it all. The bandit's story is that he had a great, fair fight and won. He says that the wife even wanted him to fight her husband. The wife's story, she claims her husband looked at her with hate after the rape, and she thinks she might have killed him while in a confused daze. The dead samurai story. He says the wife begged the bandit to kill her husband, and when that didn't happen, the samurai killed himself out of shame. The woodcutter story. He says both men were actually clumsy cowards who fought badly, and the wife ran away when the samurai was killed. We find out that the woodcutter himself is lying to hide that he stole a dagger.
Filmmaking style, stage versus screen.
I had some problems with the acting style. The way the actors talk and move feels a lot like a stage play. Very big, loud, and dramatic. The over-the-top expressions almost made it exhausting to watch, and it feels like it wasn't natural. I can bet this movie was completely groundbreaking and spectacular when it was released in 1950. But today, the style feels very, very old, and the dramatic acting is too much for me. The overacting and the over-the-top expressions make it almost exhausting to watch.
Strengths, the concept and the action.
The best part is how this movie makes you follow these different stories. It's very cool to watch the same event change completely based on who is talking. It makes you think about how hard it is to know the real truth, since everyone is always trying to make themselves look good. The film deliberately leaves the objective fact of the murder and rape unsolved. Also, the sword fights, they are quite awesome.
Conclusion, legacy, and the final thoughts.
This movie is not the masterpiece everyone said it would be. It's an interesting story and a unique way to tell that story. Just having the Kurosawa name on it doesn't automatically make it better than it actually is. The movie ends up with no clear answers about the crime, just a tiny bit of hope when the woodcutter decides to take in an abandoned baby found in the rain. I'm giving Rashomon a great 8 out of 10. The score comes from balancing the movie's strength against its problems. The brilliant idea of showing the crime from 4 different angles is a huge plus. And the unique way of telling the story makes the film a classic. However, the staggered and exhausting acting style keeps it from being a perfect movie for me. Just having the Kurosawa name attached to it doesn't automatically make it better than it actually is. Now, if you think that this movie is a 10 out of 10, a 5 out of 10, or a 1 out of 10, well, then I'm happy for you. Please let me know why in the comments below. And if you made it this far into the video, well, that means you should like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Okay? Do it. Do it.
Thank you. Take care, and I will see you in the next movie. And as always, in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. What's up, my friend? Welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic day full of kind and happiness. Akira Kurosawa's 1954 classic, Seven Samurai, is not merely a historical action film. It is a fundamental cinematic text, a 3.5-hour epic that justifies its length through peerless character work, shroud plotting, and breathtaking execution, while approaching it with 11 out of 10 expectations. Might be a tough bar for any film. Seven Samurai delivers a profound and unforgettable experience that is unequivocally great.
The lean plot and character dynamics.
The film commendably wastes no time. The central premise is established in the first 5 minutes. A desperate farming village, revenged by merciless bandits, decides their only rescue is to hire professional samurais with rice as their only currency. This necessity drives the central plot. The recruitment of 7 masterless warriors, or Ronin. Leading the charge is Kanbai Shimada, the aging, wise, and battle-weary samurai who anchors the group. The genius lies in the diverse ensemble he recruits. Every single samurai, from the supremely skilled Tick-turn swordman Kusho to the cheerful archer Gorobe, and the inexperienced youth Katsuhiro, has a distinguished personality and look. Crucially, the film includes Kikushuru, the loud, erratic man who claims to be a samurai but is a farmer's son at heart. He acts as a necessary and emotional bridge between the high-caste warriors and the distrustful villagers.
Pacing, direction, and technical craft.
Despite its formidable runtime, the movie never feels dragged out. The pacing is surprisingly good, driven forward by an essential plot development. The first half is dedicated to the meticulous preparation and conflict, where the samurai trains the villagers, build fortifications, and plan their defense. The film smartly makes the logical planning quite fascinating, making every scene necessary and showcasing the top-notch editing. Kurosawa's direction is brilliant and often quite subtle. The reviewer correctly notes the impressive cinematography and camera work, such as smart angles that manages to capture all 7 samurais in a single frame, a visual shorthand for their unity. And the acting is more subtle and restrained than in some of Kurosawa's other works, giving the main performance, particularly the lead, room to deliver genuinely great performances. The moments of loss, such as the unexpected death of the light-hearted samurai, are felt deeply because of this investment in the character.
The final battle and legacy.
The climax. The final, brutal, chaotic assault by the bandits is a torrential rainstorm. It's a masterclass in staging and action filmmaking. The combined efforts of disciplined samurai and the now courageous farmers lead to a hard-won victory. However, the film achieves its true emotional resonance in the somber aftermath. With 4 of the samurais killed, the remaining 3 watch the villagers return to their life of planting and singing. Kanbei's final reflective observation is the ultimate thematic statement. The victory belongs to those peasants, not to us. It's a powerful observation of the fleeting nature of the samurai's purpose and the enduring survival of the farming class. 7 Samurai is a truly epic movie. It features great performances, spectacular cinematography, and an intelligent script that keeps its audience engaged for the entire journey. It's an 9 out of 10 movie that is truly epic and great. While it may not be the 11 out of 10 pinnacle of expectation, it's an undeniable masterpiece that has rightfully influenced decades of cinema, delivering a timeless story of sacrifice, class conflict, and human resilience. Now, if you think that this movie is a 10 out of 10, a 5 out of 10, or a 1 out of 10, well, then I'm happy for you. Please let me know why in the comments below. And if you made it this far into the video, well, that means you should like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Okay? Do it. Do it.
Thank you. Take care, and I will see you in the next movie. And as always, in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. What's up, my friend? Welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic day full of kind and happiness. Blade Runner 2049 is an amazing, ambitious science fiction epic that successfully builds upon the world of its legendary predecessor, which I haven't watched yet. While its complicated narrative may require some deep attention, the film is an undeniable triumph of style, sound, and visual design.
The story and theme.
The film centers on K, which is KD6-3.7. a Nexus 9, which is basically an advanced robot working as a Blade Runner for the LAPD. And he is tasked with hunting down older, replicant models, as it's called. K's world is fundamentally challenged when he discovers the remains of a female replicant who died giving birth. This revelation that advanced robots can reproduce biologically is a secret so explosive that it could shatter the fragile social order between humans and replicants. Now K is ordered to find and eliminate the replicant child to cover up the truth. His investigation leads him through the decaying, futuristic landscape of Los Angeles, eventually putting him to a collision course with Mr. Wallace, who is played by Jared Leto, the obsessive CEO of Wallace Corporation, and his terrifying enforcer, Lev, who is fantastically played by Sylvia Hoeks. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. The story culminates in K's discovery of the true child's identity and his eventual sacrifice to protect Rick Deckard, who's played by Harrison Ford, and his daughter, beautifully reinforcing the film's core theme of identity, memory, and what it truly means to be a human.
World-class craftsmanship.
Where Blade Runner 2049 truly shines is in its technical execution. Cinematography. This film is a feast for the eyes, justly earning Robert Deakins an Oscar for Best Achievement in Cinematography. Deakins uses bold colors and straight lines to create a distinct, impactful visual theme. From the rain-soaked neo-noir streets of LA to desolate orange glow of post-apocalyptic Las Vegas. The production design is world-class, maintaining the 80s inspired dystopian aesthetic of the original while expanding into a truly epic scope. Hans Zimmer's score is absolutely fantastic, crafting a deeply immersive and unsettling soundscope. The sound design is as powerful as the visuals, making this a film that should be experienced with a high quality audio system. Visual effects. The film also won an Oscar for Best Achievements in Visual Effects, a testament to its seamless blend of practical sets and cutting-edge CGI that creates one of the most visually striking cinematic worlds ever put on the screen.
Performances and conclusion.
The cast delivers a strong performance, and two stands out. Ryan Gosling carries the film with his subtly emotional portrayal of K, a replicant struggling with his own identity. However, Sylvia Hoeks is phenomenal as the villain, Love, the elegant and chilling Wallace enforcer. She is one of the best villains I've seen in a long time, culminating in an epic final fight scene. Now, Dave Bautista also makes a short and impactful appearance that sets the stage for Ryan Gosling's journey. While the plot is quite complicated, perhaps too complicated for some, including me to be fair, with many characters to track, the sheer quality of the filmmaking elevates the experience. Whether you follow every narrative beat or not, Blade Runner 2049 is an 8 out of 10 movie for its phenomenal achievement in looks and sound alone. It is a visually and soundingly stunning piece of cinema that offers a powerful take on our bland future. Now, if you think that this movie is a 10 out of 10, a 5 out of 10, or a 1 out of 10, well, then I'm happy for you. Please let me know why in the comments below. And if you made it this far into the video, well, that means you should like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Okay? Do it. Do it.
Thank you. Take care, and I will see you in the next movie, okay? And as always, in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.